I don't think you ever get over being nervous. I don't know if that's actually a thing. Like no one rocks up to like a concert with like 10,000 people and go and be like, I'm not nervous at all. I think there are some things we can do though to make it less noticeable. For example, I think number one, to be honest, like, this is a fun fact that I didn't know until a few years ago. Being nervous and being excited is the exact same sensations in terms of your body. Your body feels the exact same thing. The thing that makes one feel nervous versus being more excited is the way you label it. So if you're like, oh man, I'm so nervous, I feel very nervous for this performance, you're going to be nervous. But if you try to relabel it as, oh, I'm just excited for this performance. Like even today when I was working through First Choice by Gabe, I was constantly telling myself, oh, I'm excited for this song. I'm excited to see if I can do this well enough. I'm very excited to see what I can do. Now, obviously, there were a few hiccups here and there, but that's just life, right? That's just life. And so I think that's one little tool you can get, right? See if you can start reframing them, right? Being nervous and being excited are the same sensations. You just have to label it differently. So try that next time, right? When you feel like you're nervous to sing in front of someone, or maybe you feel nervous recording something, right? Just go, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I can do with this, right? Don't put so much pressure on yourself. That's like one thing I'm really starting to learn. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect. Don't put so much pressure on yourself being like the best, right? Just keep doing the best you can in the moment. Now, the second thing, like how else can you get over being nervous to sing? I think in terms of I kind of mentioned this to my private Facebook group last week. I think in terms of feeling not being nervous, or maybe even let's kind of reframe that, being more confident with your singing, there's really only two things that you need to kind of get good at. So number one, you have to. Hey, thanks for joining me. So I think it's Bumbo Slips. Whereabouts are you joining me from? Which country are you calling from? Joining me from? Put in the chat so I can kind of say hello. So there are only two things that make you more confident as a singer. Number one, competence. So you have to keep getting better in terms of your technique, the way you perform, right? This is something I'm always trying to get better at. I'm still taking lessons myself. I'm still kind of working on my own voice, right? Because I know there's so much I have to do. Keep building that competence, whether it be finding a voice teacher, going through a singing program, working on your own, anything, right? See if you can actually get better. Because the better you are at your own skill, the more you can go, wow, like you know what? It's not as big of a deal. The second thing is experience, right? Because I've met some singers who sound so good. They sound really, really, really good. But when they come into a session with me, they're like, oh, you know what? I suck. I suck. I'm just really not that good at singing. Until I hear them and I'm like, wow, you just blew me away with your voice, right? And so being really good is not always going to make you confident. And so that's why there's this missing piece, this experience, right? Being able to put yourself in front of people, that is how you start building more confidence as well. I think in terms of experience, one thing I would encourage you, and maybe this, if you're listening to this at the moment, I would love for you to write this down. I want you to start thinking of building your experience points. And the way you build your experience points in singing is by doing baby challenges, little challenges for yourself. For example, right? If one of your goals is maybe to sing a song in front of an audience, right? Maybe like a live open mic, or maybe doing like a live, just like what I'm doing at the moment, right? One thing you can do, right, is if that feels like such a big challenge for you, chop it down, break it down into something simple, right? And the way you can do it, right, is maybe, for example, if you're not comfortable going live yet, try this. Just record a short clip of yourself singing and send it to three friends. And that way, it probably might still feel a bit uncomfortable, but something that's achievable, right? So see if you can do that, right? Set this little baby challenge, and then you go and do it. And I promise you, the moment you go and actually do it, I know your heart's probably going to be like pounding on your as you're about to send it. I've had a few of my students go kind of choke up on me, but I do think that if you kind of build and stack up these little experiences, you start to become a better singer, and more confident as a person as well. So you just gotta do these little kind of uncomfortable things. But the best way is to break it down so you're not overwhelming yourself with a big goal, right?